Chiropractors, medical doctors, licensed acupuncturists, and related doctors doing over $200,000 per year or more. Watch this video where I'm going to show you how to use the patient recruitment method, the PRM, to guarantee you $100,000 per month. I'm not crazy. I'm not kidding. This is based on real results in high ticket cases in the next 120 days, completely done for you. And what the patient recruitment method is, how it has done millions for our partner practices every single year. So stay till the end, where I'm going to be breaking down exactly how this works and how you too can scale up and add an extra 100K per month or more. So let's dive in, right? This is the old way, if you're familiar with it, right? Throw up a Facebook ad, TikTok ad, SEO, right? Referral program, social media, organic content, dinners and lunches with the doc, maybe some sort of screenings, word of mouth, networking with attorneys, relying on these methods and just getting these old results, right? High costs with various ROI, return on investment, right? Especially with ads, right? Long-term strategies that take time to yield results, right? Waiting months and months for your SEO company to produce results only to see that nothing really comes or just takes way too long to really scale. Difficult to scale and heavily reliant on past patient initiatives, right? Networking, referrals, etc. Not having a switch you could just click and up and scale up the office pretty quickly, right? Not enough leads, expensive, right? Investing a lot of money, possibly not even getting a return, right? Not enough new patients coming in, attracting patients who aren't fully committed to the process, right? Maybe they're not answering and scheduling, or they're not qualified, or they're not coming in, or they're not, complying when they are coming in or moving forward for whatever reason. Or once they do move forward, they're just lousy patients, right? Low show rates, right? Have you ever had your calendar full and then no one shows up? That's a terrible feeling, right? Low conversion rates of those shown appointments, people coming in, but maybe they don't have the money or aren't a fit for your program from a conditions perspective, right? Or even a mindset perspective, right? So ultimately, these results just can't get you to the desired transformation of flooding your practice with new patients who are willing to pay a premium for your high ticket treatments. And often we see this causes offices and doctors to, feel uncertain, in themselves and their ability to scale, right? Frustrated with their practice, just overworked because they're working their tail off trying to do it, trying to force things to work, but they're just not working, right? And just feeling like there's not really any significant progress, throwing all these things at the wall, throwing the spaghetti at the wall, but unfortunately just not seeing it stick. The new way with new results is this patient recruitment method. So is not only able to get you the desired results, but also able to get you a robust influx of high quality, ready to go patients, right? Those who are pre-sold and ready to go. Reduced cost per acquisition, spending less to acquire a new patient who started on your high ticket program or case. Competitive advantage in a crowded digital marketplace. This is the way that you really stand out here today in this market. Streamline patient qualification and conversion processes, right? Having patients actually show up qualified and seeing them convert like crazy. Higher conversion rates and better ROI on marketing spend. Increased practice growth and revenue and ultimately profits, right? Greater efficiency and effectiveness in marketing efforts. So real quick, here is just one quick example of what happens when the PRM actually works here, when you get plugged in and it works, right? Dr. Gary Sachs, Discern of America, client $238.32 in ad spend per $4,300 case. That means he is spending $238.32 and he is converting a case for $4,300. I mean, that's like a 20x return on investment on every dollar he's spending. So pretty remarkable results. He's been scaling with us now for probably going on about 18 months or so, and has now been actually expanding his practice, adding more services and things so he can keep growing. Another doc over here, Dr. McKinney. He was previously marketing, trying to give away these pillows to patients to get them to come in for a free pillow. And it just wasn't helping him scale as much. We plugged him into the patient recruitment method. He broke $100,000 per month in just a few months, I believe 6 months, from $3,700 on ad spend. Pretty ridiculous results as well for this doc over here. Another office, Dr. Kevin and Karen Greenspan, they cut their ad spend in half got 2 times the qualified shows using the PRM. They cut it in half and still got twice the results. Remarkable, remarkable results. They broke $167,000 per month from just $30,700 in ad spend using the patient recruitment method. So real quick, like I said, we guarantee $100,000 per month in high ticket cases in the next 120 days, completely done for you using our patient recruitment method. If this is something you're interested in, if you're wanting to grow to the next level, add an extra 7 figures to your practice, go ahead and click the button below and book a call below right now. The spots are limited. This is very exclusive. We only work with 1 office per geographical area, and we take on a maximum of 3 clients every single week. And so if you are serious about wanting to grow, go ahead and click that button now below. Another office over here, 7 figures in revenue with 5 figures in spend using the PRM. They literally did, you can see here on the screen, $1 million, $16,045 in collections on top of everything they were already doing in their practice from $3,000 in ad spend. 3 times 16, right? $48,000 they spent to generate $1 million in cash. Pretty remarkable results here. And like, it would be one thing if I was showing you one office too, but I have so many of these where we've helped offices do these exact same results. And that's why we're able to guarantee this, because we have this dialed into a very proven and specific and detailed system that is replicatable. Another doc over here, Dr. Sinan Gakman, in 5 months, he scaled from $47K to $116,000 per month using the PRM. He's in a very competitive market and had previous failures with other companies, with other marketing endeavors and things like that, and growth initiatives. We plugged him in. You could see the stats on the screen. He literally scaled up in just 5 months to doing $116,000 cash collected. So this is our backstory. This is my dad, the better looking guy here on the right. Here's how I helped him. We previously relocated over here to South Florida. He had a practice for years, insurance base, was doing well. We moved, insurance didn't pay as well. It was a tougher market, didn't quite grow the same way. And it put a lot of stress on my family, on me growing up, on my dad and my parents growing up. And a couple of years, down the road, I really got into marketing and business and decided to really focus on helping him. It was my mission. We went even to a point, we went bankrupt a couple of years after we moved to Florida, the family, because we weren't doing super well financially and business. And then at the same time, we actually had Chinese drywall, which meant that the sulfur, like the drywall had sulfur and it was toxic to breathe in. We lived there for a couple of years because we weren't in a financial spot to move. But finally, we had to foreclose on the house, lost every penny, my parents put into it, which was their savings, and had to rebuild. I decided to really plug in. I really wanted to give back to my family, really wanted to see them, grow and have the things they wanted in their life. And at the time, my dad was starting to get into these high ticket programs. He was also just struggling as a chiropractor. He was getting arthritis in his hands from all the forcing and adjusting. And we plugged into high ticket and really had to scale it. It wasn't quite the same where patients were just coming in, especially at first. And so we plugged in, we started building the practice. We learned the ropes. We went through a ton of trials and tribulations, failed more times than you could possibly imagine, but we're able to scale it up to a place where now he's consistently growing, getting incredible results, and really making more money than he ever had in the past, which is really cool. So this is just some proof. We have spent today over $7 million in digital ad spend, $7,142,554.29. This is a screenshot I took a couple weeks ago of some of our ad accounts here. In the trenches since 2017, right? 7 years in business. We've worked with over 339 clinics in the medical space, high ticket space. We have 32 team members on staff. We're partners with some big companies here in the marketing space like Meta and ManyChat. And so just use this as a testament that when I'm talking about scaling a practice, adding 6 figures per month, right? This isn't based on a theory. This is based on actual real results, experience, proof, the trials, the tribulations, being in the trenches here. Most doctors today blame the following, and you might fall into this category, right? They blame the agency they've hired. They blame the platforms they've marketed on. They blame their market or area and say, hey, it's too big, it's too small, it's too competitive, right? The tire kickers, patients who are just shopping around, the poor lead quality, those who aren't picking up the phone, those who aren't showing up, right? Those who don't have any money, or the patients who just aren't ready. Maybe you say they're not motivated. Maybe they say, they're just not ready. The timing isn't right, whatever it is. Then we see most doctors lower their prices, create trendy specials, $27 back specials, give an arm and a leg away, a free child, a free house, jump from agency to agency, revamp their website, and literally just throw more and more spaghetti at the wall, hoping it will stick. But after all of that, all they tend to see is more tire kickers for high ticket items due to lower pricing, cutting in on profit margins, burn money with various agencies, right? Wasting significant valuable time on campaigns that don't work, tons of leads that don't pick up. And they're simply back to square one, only they had burnt through a couple $1,000s, if not more, trying to push the needle along. The real problem, though, is this: the patient trust gap. The patient trust gap. Trust and personal connection today is required for high-stake decisions, especially when it comes to medical and high-ticket procedures like regenerative medicine, neuropathy, decompression, weight loss, functional medicine, right? Wound care, like these different procedures that require more investment. Post-COVID-19, everyone has been going online, and it has made it harder than ever to create trust with patients since most interactions are now fully digital and lack in-person interactions. Fewer people online, previously less competition. It was way easier to stand out previously, easier to get new patients. However, now there is so much noise for your patients, so many offices that are marketing and look the exact same. And these patients are seeing 10 plus practices promoting the same crazy offers, and they literally don't know who to choose and why. And they don't trust these marketing campaigns. Trust you if you're running them. Trust your competitors. This is just an example right here on the right of the ads we see so many times with this same standard stock image here. This is for a neuropathy campaign. Same standard image, right? The same very similar text. I don't do anything with this office. I'm not too familiar with this office, but this is just something I pulled online just to kind of depict my point. The same offer, $49 consultation, right? The same everything. The old rule is you could run these simple ads. You just need to focus on getting your ads in front of the right people due to less competition, and you would win, right? Because then you were unique, you were different, and it was big. Whether it was billboards, radio, it was only a matter of whether or not you were willing to advertise. No one else was advertising. If you just put out an ad, you would win. Patients were much more willing to visit the practice in person to learn more, and that was the old way that we used to build trust and personal connection. However, after the COVID-19 digital revolution, everything is online. There's more competition than ever, right? And not just your direct competitors within the same industry, but also other industries are fighting for the same eyeballs. Meaning running ads and marketing your practice is simply not as simple as it was before. So this is now reshaping the world by it's caused increased competition, right? But that's not the main problem. The main problem is how it reshapes and has reshaped the decision-making process for all of these patients, right? With more advertisements, people will have way more chances to choose a practice online. And with more people using these methods, there will be even more ads, right? What you're experiencing now is really just the start. We're only just after COVID and only just getting into this digital revolution. It's only going to expand. This cycle keeps strengthening one thing. You must position yourself online where patients can make a full decision of trusting you without having to step into your practice. You have to empower them. And this is unlike what most offices do, right? The new world This digital shift has led to a surplus of options for patients who want, and also changed how patients make decisions with their purchasing behavior. Look at Amazon. Look at how we purchase today with Amazon, right? Think of the Google reviews for restaurants, right? I don't know about you, but I don't go to a restaurant unless it has good reviews, unless I'm dying. I'm so hungry and I'm like in some place and there's no other restaurants, right? Otherwise, it's like, where is the crowd outside, right? Where are the reviews? Where's that social proof? And that's how we make decisions today, even on Amazon, where we make decisions by ordering things and doing this. It's all review based. Trust. You'll read the reviews. What are the photos like, right? What's the description like, right? With more of your competitors adding advertising online, this produces more options for patients to go to for care, making them more selective and therefore requiring for trust and connection to be formed online before even considering walking foot into your practice. Meaning it has completely reshaped the decision-making process from in-person trust, which is what it used to be, to personal connection building online. To now, everything, it has to be done online. If you're not doing this, you will continue to see the problems I mentioned before, and they will get worse because this is only going to get more and more important and more comprehensive to do as the landscape continues to evolve. The new rule is these first principles, right? Trust and personal connection for patients to choose you for high ticket treatments. This was always the case, but now it's online. The way we do it has changed, right? This now must be part of the marketing before they ever get in front of you, right? You need enough positioning online for patients to trust and build that connection with you in order for you to become that number one go-to practice in your area, in order for them to come into your office and move forward with care programs. You can look back at all of the previous marketing solutions that I shared. They all didn't solve this underlying problem. If you have tried things in the past, if you look back at them too, I guarantee you, if you take them through this lens, you will see if they didn't work, they didn't solve this problem. This is the real reason why, even if you were getting patients, they were usually patients that weren't ready to move forward. They were hyper skeptical, right? They weren't motivated, didn't pick up the phone, no-showed, canceled, all these different things. And ultimately, if you don't build enough positioning online for patients to build trust and connection with your practice, you will not be able to grow your practice the way you want to, and it will be harder and harder over time to do so. On the flip side, if you lean into what I'm sharing with you right now, if you're focusing on building trust and a personal connection online in this crowded space, you will be able to solve the biggest problem, right? Not many doctors are aware of this problem, meaning if you focus on this right now, the competition does not exist. People will find your ads and they will choose you 9 out of 10 times because your trust and personal connection process is strong and stronger than anyone else's. Everything is done on the back end where they can't see what you're doing. You will have a lot more patients showing up, more patients opening up to you, more patients converting at a higher ticket, staying longer, referring their friends. The cycle will continue. By having this patient recruitment method throughout your practice acquisition process, you will build trust with your patients from the very beginning and show why you are the way to go when it comes to high ticket chiropractic and related services. These high ticket neuropathy, knee, decompression, functional medicine, regenerative medicine procedures. This is what will set you apart in this crowded market space and make you the obvious choice, allowing you to acquire more patients on demand. Just look at all of these screenshots. This is the last couple days. I just pulled these right before shooting this, right? You can literally add thousands and thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars to your practice using this. You can see here on the left, I've got Oxford over here, 16 months with their ads active, 80 new cases in the last 12 months for $5,500 to $8,000 cases for $322.26. I'll show you a screenshot actually where the Dr. Stacy Chittister just gave us a testimonial. Maryland, 9 new patients this month off almost $900 in has been ridiculous results, right? This is what happens when you plug in the patient recruitment method and focus on building that trust on the front end. Right? Dr. G from Alexandria Total Care, 10 patients in the month, even though he was down one team member the last 2 weeks, they're spending like $2,000, $3,000 a month on ad spend or something like that. Something ridiculous. Attain Health, Omaha. This doc added this high ticket procedure to his practice, hadn't ever sold these high ticket cash procedures. And in 2 months, right? In the last this month and 5 last month. Yeah, in the last 2 months, he closed 11 patients in the last 8 weeks and collected $55,300. He spent like $3,500 total in ad spend. Ridiculous results. Dr. Miller, another new patient, 2 closings this week, each with a package of around $6,500. Dr. Marco here closed 2 patients in the last 7 days, $14,200. These are just constantly coming, and you can see the dates here. These are all in the last couple days, right? Here's one from this week or last week. Signed up 3K patient. It was the 3rd patient to walk through their door from ads. This was another office. River Crest signed up their first patient 3 weeks into starting, right? Another office here in this last month, Rivertown signed up 2 patients for 15K and then signed up another for $97. And I know they just signed up another one for like $7,500. Max Living signed up 5 in this month. Stay Well signed up 4 new patients in the last week. Like ridiculous results. And this is normal. Like this is not just something that just happens once. Like this is over and over again for our offices. Here's just a few more examples. This is that doctor I was talking about. With Think Bullish, their revenues have doubled for the past 2 years, right? Another office here, Guna Hills Precision Spinal Care. They had a decade-old goal of breaking 50K per month. In their 4th month working with us, they broke 50K per month. But not only that, in the same month, they hit $73,000. They literally went up 1.5x, 150% over their goal. Ridiculous results. Here's just a couple more screenshots. I walked you through Dr. Sanan, Karen, right? Dr. Ed, 8 to 10x return on investment every single month. Dr. Jimmy over here. Dr. Sagara, we've worked with at least 5 other companies, and this is by far the best, right? I walked you through Fairwood, how they made $1 million in 16 months. Dr. Rubin over here, we helped him grow a franchise from 2 to 6 or 7 locations in like 6 locations in 12 months, 7 in a couple more months, right? He shared this video with us about how they were getting a 93% show rate with financially qualified leads. 93%. That's unheard of. That's insane. People showing up to an appointment 93% of the time. Dr. E literally had to purchase a new filing cabinet for all of his new patients. He shares his story there. Super cool. You could literally see how his stack of papers went from this to like this whole cabinet. Freaking amazing results. And so, docs, if you're a chiropractor, physical therapist, licensed acupuncturist, nurse practitioner, medical doctor, related doctor, doing over 200K per year with these high ticket cases, I will guarantee you $100,000 per month in high ticket cases in the next 120 days, completely done for you using our patient recruitment method. Book a call below to see how this works. There are qualifications. You do have to qualify for this guarantee. And we do limit this to 1 office per area. And we only take on 3 offices every single week to guarantee these results. So if you're serious about growing, go ahead, click this button below, book a call, and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers.